Hi, I'm Bill. Welcome to Morning QB for a session of valuable lessons. Without delay, let me present today's powerful lessons.
Everything, including fuel, and the last thing we need is for a thief to rip us off when we put in our credit cards at the pump.
We did some digging and found that over the years, criminals have placed thousands of skimming devices at gas stations throughout the state, and law enforcement continues to fight this problem. News4Jax reporter Scott Johnson found out how you can spot a skimmer in seconds so you don't get ripped off the next time you fill up your tank. Scott?
Well, Tarek, Joy, consider how this happens. Criminals pull up to the gas pumps, usually the one that's furthest away from the front door. And then what they do is they put this little thing on the device that looks real. It's designed to rip off your credit card number. And unless you're paying attention, you may hand over your credit or debit card information to a thief. Everyone has been lamenting the cost of gas for months. But don't let that distract you from the other thing that can cost you a lot more money when you fill up the tank.
Have you ever heard of what are called skimmers?
Natasha Ford did not use cash.
Which they put when you put your card in and it's...
Yes.
When she filled up on the south side.
I think about it, which is why I just paid with cash. So that's another thing that I try to do. So just to avoid any issues like that in terms of my, information being, leaked or, stolen.
She does this every time she fills up because she's been a victim of fraud before and she knows about this issue of skimmers.
They're also supposed to be tamper-proof stickers on it. Now,
I don't see that right there.
It's missing on this one. It's on that one, but it's not on this one.
I met up with Chris Hamer, a cybersecurity expert at this gas pump.
So I wouldn't use this pump.
Which we picked at random to learn what to watch out for.
Usually when you walk up to a pump, you check to make sure that you can see the green light, that there's not something hanging off the front. If there is, give a good tug on it, because if it comes off, it doesn't belong there.
That's what the criminal puts on the front there.
Some of them will put a whole replacement front end.
And the skimmers are designed to look very realistic, like they're part of the pump.
So what's physically happening when I put my card into a skimmer?
It reads the data off the stripe, and it possibly encodes your PIN code, because there may be a camera either up here or in here, or in some cases it actually records the keystrokes and stores all of that information in a file.
So here's what happens.
The skimmer collects a bunch of credit card numbers. Whoever's running the skimmer has to get within about 30 to 50 feet to download all the credit card data off some sort of like Bluetooth.
Alert and warning this morning. If you ever see this at the pump, a hole drilled into the contactless payment spot.
Right. They're trying to block the contactless payment and force you to swipe. Jim Hooley is tracking this live. Jim, so many of us use that contactless payment because it's convenient and it's actually more secure. And so scammers are trying to stop us from doing that.
Yeah, everybody has said that is the way to go. It's encrypted in there, so when you tap your card on that contactless device, all your information is basically safe and secure. But not anymore, as you say. The thieves, the scammers have a way around this one now too. Here's what's happening out here, and this is what they're doing. The scammers are disabling the contactless payment option by drilling holes into devices at the pumps, right in the front of the pumps, and that forces the customer, of course, then to use the card reader. And the crooks rig the card reader with a skimmer that can capture all your personal and your banking information just like that.
Now let's talk about the powerful lessons. So, have you heard of credit and debit card skimming? This is a method that, if you're not familiar with or paying attention, can have you fighting with your banking institutions to get your money back. First, is always best to use your credit card instead of using your debit card. Your debit card is linked to your actual liquid cash. The credit card is the bank's money. You don't want to put your liquid cash at risk because it could take quite a while to get your account restored. Paying with cash is always the best way. However, we live in a time when convenience sometimes leads us to take shortcuts. In those cases, use your phone's Apple Pay, Google Pay, or Android Pay features when possible. Additionally, use the tap feature on your credit card. These, at this point, are much safer than inserting your cards into a machine. If you absolutely must insert your card, look for irregularities and tug at the machine to ensure that the face does not come off. Look for pay stickers that do not appear to be correctly aligned or uniform. Additionally, if you notice a hole drilled into the sticker, please be aware that this has been known to indicate that the criminals have damaged the tap feature, hoping to get you to insert your card. In some cases, they have been known to drill the hole, and then put a sticker over it to hide the damage. So chances are there are skimmers on those machines. Another way is for criminals to open the gas pump and add a device that is entirely undetectable for a consumer, so when you insert your card, they can record your information. We will continue to use the things that make our lives convenient. Just be sure to check your card statements frequently for suspicious or unauthorized charges. Be a good neighbor. If you see something suspicious, report it. Some of this information can change as the criminals become more sophisticated, but this is what we are aware of now. If you've had your own experience or have anything to add to our list, please share in the comments. The more we know, the more we can be aware. Awareness is key. Good information is meant to be shared. Share this with those you care for. Remember, optional for others, but is our responsibility to be our own guardians.